You guys are only going to be with us for about 15, 16, 17 more minutes, okay? The only thing we're doing today is, first of all, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to let Mrs. Helmet take over. She's going to tell you guys what you'll be doing, and then you guys can finish it. And you won't be working on writing your speeches today. We're just going to do some review, and we'll see. I'll let Mrs. Helmet take over.
Okay, hi friends. Now I know that we've been learning a lot about elections over the past couple of weeks, and we're not done learning. We're going to start some great projects and some great things next week. You guys already started writing your speeches, so we're going to finish those next week. We're going to divide up into groups, and we're going to start campaigning and writing slogans. And one of you guys will eventually be chosen as classroom leader, okay? So we have a lot to learn about, but I do want to go back to the beginning and cover some of the things that we talked about before. So I'm going to show you guys a video, and I want to make sure that you guys really have that base knowledge of elections, and we're ready to move on to the next portion, all right? Yeah. Okay. I know it's a 2-hour delay, I know it's a crazy day, and I'm happy that each one of you are here and we're ready to work and learn. Let's put our thinking caps on.
Hi, boys and girls. Do you know what it means to vote? When people vote, they make an important choice. What if your family couldn't decide what to eat for dinner? What could you do? Take a vote to choose a dish. What if your basketball team needs a new captain? What could you do? Vote. Take a vote. As a citizen, voting is very important. Grown-ups who are 18 and older vote when it is time to choose new leaders for a community. This could be the mayor of a city or the governor of a state. Citizens even vote for the President of the United States. Let's see what happens when people vote. On Election Day, citizens go to a special place, like a library or a school gym, to vote for leaders in their community. Inside, there are many voting booths. These booths help people keep their votes private. Voters select their choices on a ballot and put it in the ballot box. Some voting booths have special computers instead of ballot boxes. After all the votes have been counted, a new leader is chosen. Let's review. When people vote, they make important choices. Citizens vote for leaders such as mayors, governors, and presidents. Election Day is a special day for voting. Voters select their choices on a ballot and place it in a ballot box. The votes are counted, and a new leader is chosen. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Subscribe to our...
I know. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about this video before we start? Skylar. Do you want me to come back to you? Joelle.
Why did they all vote for the girl? Because there's never been a girl president.
Okay, really interesting question. Women can run for president. Women can vote, And you were right, at this point in time, a woman has not been chosen to be the leader of the United States. However, that doesn't mean that one of you won't end up being the leader of the United States. Anybody can be the president. Now, we talked about this before. Am I correct in saying that anybody can be the president? Are there rules to being the president? So what are some of the rules? Do you guys remember? I'm sorry, I don't remember. I don't remember the name.
Molly.
Molly, I do. You're not wearing your glasses today, Molly. I'm sorry. What did you want to share? One of the reasons why one of the stipulations or the rules that we have to follow whenever choosing a president. Right, the president has to live in the United States for at least 14 years. Does the president have to be a certain age?
Yes.
How old does the president have to be?
18. No,
Oh.
that's the vote.
Right, we have to be 18 years old to vote, but the president has to be older.
35.
Okay, I want a quiet hand. You guys know this, I can hear it.
Why do the two men look like they have both the same vote amount? They both look like they have the same. Because maybe they do.
Well, it's just a video. It's just kind of trying to show us what the voting process is like. Now, do you guys remember how many, there were political parties that we talked about. How many political parties are there? Castiel.
Well, there was 3 on the video.
There are 3 political parties main political parties that we've been talking about this week. Great job. You guys remember that? 3 political parties. You have to be 18 to vote. Now, there are people who are in charge of our state. We vote for people who are in charge of our state. What is the person's name who is in charge of the state? Well, the president is in charge of all of the states, all of the United States, and Brendan said it. What is the person called? Right. The person in charge of our entire state is our governor. And in the state of West Virginia, that's Jim Justice. Now, what about a city? Do we elect leaders for cities?
Yeah. Never.
Good job, Lily. I was looking for a quiet hand, but you were correct. The mayor is the person who is in charge of our cities, who we vote for there. Now, if we're going to vote, can we vote for anything, or or is it only for president? Are we only able to vote for president?
No, you can vote for other people.
I'm looking for a quiet hand.
I was gonna tell you that you have to be 35 or older to be president.
That's exactly correct. You have to be 35 years older or older to be president. They're getting it.
Be president.
What's that?
My mom could be president. She's
Your mom
38.
could be president. She's 35 years old.
Yeah, she's 38.
Oh, she's 38, so she's older than 35, so she could be president.
My dad's 44.
Castiel, do you remember who the person is that is in charge of our city?
The mayor.
The mayor. The mayor's in charge of our city, the governor's in charge of our state, and the president is in charge of the United States. We're going to go ahead and take this test again. You guys got to take this test already once.
What?
Now, there's only a couple of questions, and it's just going to show us that you have started to learn the information that we're giving you before we get into our projects next week, okay? Do you guys have questions or just things to say?
I have something to say.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm getting black pumps.
Okay, well,
I do have a black guy.
well, you're probably rubbing your hand on something, and after you're done doing this little small assessment, you can wash your hands, okay? All right. Now, does it matter if we know all the answers? No, because you're just showing me what you do know and what you might not know. It's not going on the report card because this is big stuff we're learning. And you guys are first graders and you know it. That's good.
I don't have a pencil.
Okay, we'll get you a pencil. Well, good. Okay. I hear a lot of talking. Are we sharing answers? No. I will go ahead and read these to you, and we'll go through this quickly, okay? What does it mean to vote? Number 1, choose something that you prefer, choose a new president, or C, I don't know. You can choose something you prefer, choose a new president, or C, I don't know.
I don't know. I do.
You know what it means to vote. You told me. You told me. Pick an answer. Okay, number 2. Everybody ready for number 2?
Yeah.
All right, how old should you be to vote? 21 years old, 18 years old, or 35 years old? This is so you can vote. Everybody ready for number 3? How many types of main political parties have we been talking about? How many main political parties are there? 3, 5, or 10? Three, 5, or 10. The next question is true or false. It says the mayor, think about this, the mayor is in charge of the state. True or false? The mayor is in charge of the state. True or false? Think about that. Think about those key details in your sentence. Everybody ready for number 5?
Yes. No.
Okay, we'll give you a second. I know we're moving through this quick, and that's because it's a 2-hour delay schedule. So we're kind of trying to
I'm ready.
move right along here. Good, I'm glad you're ready. Everybody else ready? Do you have questions, Skylar?
Why do we have to take this test again?
This is for my schooling. This is something that Mrs. Helmick's doing to make sure that the instruction that you've been receiving from Mrs. Majeski and I is you guys are learning from that. We want to make sure that you're getting some good information. All right, the governor is in charge of the city. True or false? Think about that. The governor is in charge of the city. True or false? Give me a quiet thumb when you're ready to move on. The president is in charge of the United States. The president is in charge of the United States. Give me a quiet thumb when you're ready. All right, a citizen is someone who lives in the United States. True or false? A citizen is someone who lives in the United States. When you are finished, make sure your name is at the top of your paper. I will be around to collect them. And thank you for taking that again for me, guys. I can tell that you're really getting some useful information.